How does your team describe you when it comes to celebrating their successes as a team? How do you want them to describe you? Welcome to Great Transition Strategies Monday Morning Stand-Up. 5 minutes to get your week off to a great start and potentially give you something to help make you a more effective leader so you can love what you do. Here we are, May, well into second quarter. What has happened in your organization since January that could have been celebrated? What has happened? Who has done some things that could have been celebrated? And how have you celebrated them? Think about it. If you haven't done any, I'll tell you, when I was in charge, I was not great at this. And my team told me, you don't take the time to celebrate our accomplishments here. You want to move on to the next thing. I got much better at it because of that feedback. What would your team say to you today? Are you celebrating them? So let's look at what gets celebrated, who gets celebrated, and how, and what that can do to the team overall to make them more effective. First, now think about your organization, and let's think about these three things. First, what has happened this year so far? What has happened in the organization that could have been celebrated? Did you deliver a contract on time, under budget? Put milestones on a contract to celebrate? Anniversary, reorganization, completing the strategic plan? What are some things that the team could have celebrated? There might be some big things, there might be some small things. So that's the what. What makes sense in your organization to celebrate? Next, who? Who are individuals that could be celebrated? And think about your organization. Are there some standard celebrations you have? In the Marine Corps, we would have a celebration called a hail and farewell. We hail people coming in. We farewell them. How do you celebrate individuals when they come in the organization? Do they just show up, get a badge, and that's it? How do you welcome them? Is it part of orientation? Is there a special lunch to meet the team? What is it that you do for those individuals? Do you recognize them, and how can you recognize them? When people leave, what do you do when people leave? That's probably a larger scale celebration. They've been here, here's what they've done. Maybe they get some awards, maybe a plaque that you send them off with. Do you celebrate those individuals? Who else do you celebrate? Are there longevity celebrations? Who do you celebrate in your organization? Who could you have celebrated? Clearly, promotions should be celebrated. Who has gotten promoted? Who has moved positions? Who has done things that should be recognized this year? Have you done that? So the next is how. At each of these things you talk about a how. And how, not every celebration is the same, nor should it be the same. And I just think of a scale 1 to 5. 1 being something small scale, 5 being as big as it should and possibly could be. 5, we deliver that contract under budget, on time, the customer loves it and is coming to us back for more work. We're doing more work for them. That's a big celebration. Maybe that's a dinner, company leadership, come in and recognize the team, those kind of things that you've done. That's a 5. A 1, what's a 1? Maybe there's an individual who did something to keep you on time with your project. That might be a recognition at a stand-up meeting or a recognition at a team meeting. Hey, I'd like to recognize Julie for the work she did getting that part here that we needed to solve that IT problem. Because of her, we're on time today. Thanks, Julie, we appreciate it. Everyone recognizes it, you move on. So that's a 1. Promotion, maybe a promotion's a 4. Someone gets promoted, big deal. They got promoted, now you want to recognize it. So now we're into the how you recognize them. And part of that how, and I think as you move further to the right, I think the how should have 3 parts to it. And those 3 parts should be a recognition of the past, what helped get them here, where they are now, what we're doing today because of this, and a look to the future. Julie just got promoted. Julie came to us, has been here for this period of time. This is how she got, now she made this promotion. She's now going to move from being our team leader to leading a group of teams. She has done some great work, and now we're looking for her great work. What got her here, where she is today, and the potential to the future. One warning when celebrating team celebrations. If you give individual awards in a team celebration, that can be counterproductive. Be judicious and have that well thought out when you are recognizing a team and you actually single people out for that team. If you want team performance, recognize that team. What's happened this year that you can celebrate? Think about what has happened. Think about who should be recognized, and think about how you should do that for each of your individuals. Have a great week. See you next Monday morning, 8:30.